Tonight you will manifest all your desires. Just listen before sleep, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight you stand on the edge of something extraordinary, something far more powerful than motivation, far deeper than inspiration, and far greater than any ordinary bedtime routine. You are standing at the doorway of your own limitless potential, ready to step into a state where the impossible becomes possible, where desire becomes reality, and where your imagination becomes the architect of your tomorrow. Tonight is not just another night, it is the night your life begins to shift in ways you have prayed for, dreamed of, and quietly longed for. This is the moment you allow yourself to believe that what you want is already on its way to you, that the universe has already heard your silent whispers, and that your desires are not accidents, they are invitations. As you prepare to rest, understand this: the mind you carry into sleep is the mind that creates your future. Every image you hold, every feeling you accept, every word you allow into your subconscious becomes a seed planted in the garden of your destiny. And tonight the soil is fertile. Tonight your spirit is open. Tonight your subconscious is more responsive than at any other time in the day. This is the sacred doorway where your inner world sends instructions to the universe, and the universe begins rearranging your life in your favor. In these moments before sleep, your power is at its peak. You are no longer distracted by the noise of the world, by doubts, by responsibilities, or by the pressure of the day. You are entering a realm where imagination is law, where emotion is energy, and where belief becomes creation. What you choose to focus on tonight will materialize in your world with a force you may have never felt before. The peace you feel, the gratitude you hold, the vision you embrace, these become your silent commands to the universe. It does not matter where you have been, how much you have struggled, or how deeply you have feared that things might never change. Tonight resets everything. Tonight aligns everything. You are stepping into a powerful, unseen stream that carries your desires from thought to form. This moment is your reminder that nothing is too big, too far, or too impossible for the universe to deliver. When you sleep with intention, you wake up with manifestation. So as you listen, allow your heart to soften, your mind to open, and your spirit to rise. Let go of every doubt and every limitation you've carried throughout the day. You are entering a state of receiving, effortlessly, gracefully, beautifully. And when you close your eyes tonight, you are not escaping reality. You are creating a new one. You are not drifting into darkness. You are stepping into your light. Tonight you will manifest all your desires, because tonight you finally allow yourself to believe that you deserve them. Your subconscious mind is the silent architect of your entire life, the unseen power that works faithfully behind the scenes long after your conscious mind has gone to rest. And at night, just before sleep, this power becomes more receptive, more open, and more influential than at any other moment of the day. It listens without resistance, it absorbs without question, it accepts without argument. Whatever you pour into it, whether fear or faith, doubt or desire, worry or expectation, becomes the blueprint it uses to shape your reality. This is why tonight matters. This is why the moments before you fall asleep are sacred. In this state, your subconscious is like rich soil, ready to grow whatever seeds you plant. When you lie down, when your breathing slows, when the world begins to fade and your inner world awakens, you cross the threshold between conscious control and subconscious creation. In that half-awake, half-asleep state, your imagination is no longer limited by logic, your dreams are no longer bound by conditions, and your desires no longer need permission to exist. What you visualize becomes more vivid. What you feel becomes more real. What you affirm becomes more powerful. This is the state where manifestation begins. This is the state where your future starts taking shape. Every night you are performing a ritual, whether you realize it or not. But the question is, what ritual are you performing? Are you feeding your mind visions of success, abundance, love, and fulfillment? Or are you replaying the pain of the day, the worries of tomorrow, the doubts that drain your spirit? Because your subconscious does not know the difference between a memory and a mental picture, between a fear and a fantasy, between something you experience in the world and something you experience in your imagination. It only knows what you give it. It only responds to the emotional energy behind your thoughts. If you fall asleep thinking of what scares you, you will awaken into a world shaped by those fears. If you fall asleep feeling unworthy, tomorrow will mirror that belief in subtle and obvious ways. But if you fall asleep imagining the life you desire as if it already belongs to you, your subconscious begins rearranging your reality to match that assumption. This is not magic, it is psychology. This is not luck, it is law. The inner world always shapes the outer one. Before sleep, the conscious mind, the critical mind, the logical mind, the doubting mind, slowly fades, and when it fades, the gatekeeper steps aside, allowing your desires to enter the deeper layers of your being. This is why listening to the right words at night is so powerful. This is why imagining the right scenes is so transformative. This is why feeling the right emotions before sleep can shift your entire life. The subconscious takes everything literally. It accepts everything as true. It does not resist. It does not argue. It simply creates. Tonight, when you close your eyes, you are not merely resting. You are programming. You are writing the script of your tomorrow. You are telling your mind what kind of life you expect to wake up to. These moments before sleep are your opportunity to plant the seeds of wealth, love, healing, success, confidence, and breakthroughs. No amount of effort during the day can compare to the power of a single intentional moment before sleep. The day influences your conscious mind, the night transforms your subconscious. To understand this power, you must understand that the subconscious speaks the language of emotion. You cannot trick it with empty words or weak affirmations. You cannot convince it with logic or force. But the moment you feel your desire as if it's already done, something shifts. When you feel the joy of the outcome, the relief of arrival, the gratitude of fulfillment, your subconscious accepts that emotional imprint as reality, and what it accepts as reality, it begins to recreate in the world around you. This is why you must guard your mind carefully at night. Do not take your fears to bed with you. Do not take your failures into your dreams. Do not let the stresses of today become the foundation of tomorrow. Replace every worry with a vision. Replace every doubt with a declaration. Replace every limitation with a possibility. Tonight, feed your mind the belief that you are worthy. Feed it the certainty that your desire is done. Feed it the image of the life you want to wake up to. Imagine yourself already living in the end. See the results you desire. Feel the emotions that match your success. Hear the words you want spoken to you. Experience the future as if it is happening now, because to your subconscious, now is the only time that exists. If you feel it now, it assumes it is reality. And once it assumes it, your world begins to shift, sometimes subtly, sometimes dramatically, but always faithfully in the direction of your inner assumption. Tonight, as you lie in bed, your subconscious is listening. Every mental picture you create becomes a command. Every word you whisper to yourself becomes instruction. Every feeling you hold becomes a signal sent into the universe. Do not underestimate this power. Most people use it unconsciously, replaying the pain and problems of the day. They fall asleep rehearsing the very life they want to escape. But you will use it intentionally. You will feed it visions that empower, not weaken. You will give it images that inspire, not discourage. You will allow only those desires you want to experience into this sacred space. Your life begins to change the moment you take responsibility for what you allow into your mind before sleep. This is the secret practiced by those who achieve effortlessly. This is the hidden door through which manifestation flows, and tonight that door is open for you. Tonight your subconscious is waiting for instruction. Tonight you become the creator, the director, the author of your reality. Whatever you feed your mind tonight will become your experience tomorrow. Feeling is the invisible bridge between what you desire and what you eventually manifest. It is the emotional current that carries your dreams from imagination into physical form. Desire alone is not enough. Thought alone is not enough. Words alone are not enough. Feeling is the force that activates creation. It is the engine behind manifestation, the spark that ignites the unseen, and the magnet that pulls your future toward you. Whatever you feel deeply, consistently, and wholeheartedly becomes your reality. Not because the world randomly shifts, but because your inner state reorganizes the outer world to match its vibration. Every desire you have is asking you one question: can you feel me now? Can you step into the emotional frequency of the result before the result appears? Can you experience the joy before the victory, the love before the relationship, the wealth before the money, the peace before the solution? This is the spiritual law that governs creation. You receive in reality what you first accept in feeling. Feeling is the key because your subconscious mind does not respond to logic, arguments, or effort. It responds to emotion. It speaks only one language, the language of feeling. You can repeat affirmations for hours, but if your feeling contradicts your words, the subconscious will follow the feeling. You can visualize your dream life every day, but if you feel unworthy, the subconscious will follow the feeling. Words impress the mind lightly. Feeling stamps it with conviction. Feeling is belief in motion. When you feel something is real, you collapse doubt. You bypass resistance. You silence the inner critic that questions when will it happen, or how will it happen. Feeling transports you into the state where it has already happened, and from that state you manifest naturally, effortlessly, and sooner than you expect. Think about moments in your life when you felt deeply grateful, deeply excited, deeply in love, deeply confident. During those moments, everything seemed to flow. Opportunities appeared. People responded differently. Solutions came easily. Why? Because your emotional state aligned with the frequency of abundance and possibility. The world did not change first. You did. Feeling shifts your energy, and your energy shifts your results. To manifest anything, you must feel it before you see it. This is where many people struggle. They believe they must wait for the physical proof before they allow themselves to feel the joy. They wait for the success before they allow themselves to feel worthy. They wait for the money before they feel abundant. They wait for the love before they feel lovable. But waiting delays manifestation. Feeling accelerates it. Every desire has a corresponding emotional signature. Wealth feels like freedom, security, expansion, relief. Love feels like connection, warmth, joy, acceptance. Success feels like confidence, clarity, fulfillment, pride. Healing feels like peace, safety, renewal. When you tap into the emotion attached to your desire, even if nothing has changed in your physical world, you activate the frequency that brings it into form. This is why you must shift from thinking about your desire to feeling your desire. Thinking is theoretical. Feeling is experiential. Thinking imagines the possibility. Feeling embodies the reality, and what you embody, you attract. When you close your eyes and step into the emotional version of your desire, you begin to dissolve the gap between who you are and who you are becoming. You begin to allow the universe to match your inner state with outer experiences. Feeling is the signal, manifestation is the echo. Most people try to manifest through force. They chase, they push, they overthink, they treat manifestation like a task instead of a state of being. But manifestation is not a struggle. It is a shift. It is not about forcing your desire to come to you. It is about tuning yourself to the frequency where your desire already exists. Feeling is that tuning. Imagine having what you want. Imagine living in the end. Imagine waking up with the life you dream of. Now notice what happens emotionally. Does your chest feel lighter? Does your body relax? Do you feel excitement, relief, gratitude, or joy? Those emotions are not fantasies. They are indicators that you have aligned with the frequency of your desire. That emotional alignment is the most powerful form of manifestation. The challenge is not that your desires are impossible. The challenge is that your emotions are often tuned to your current circumstances instead of your future reality. You react to what you see instead of generating what you want. But tonight, you reverse that pattern. You shift from reacting to reality to creating it. You shift from waiting for change to becoming the change. Feeling is the bridge that carries you from longing to receiving. When you feel the desire as fulfilled, the subconscious accepts the fulfillment as truth. From that acceptance, your actions, thoughts, expectations, and experiences all begin to align. You become magnetized toward the people, opportunities, and circumstances that match your emotional frequency. This is why feeling as if is not delusion, it is preparation. To feel your desire, you must allow yourself to imagine freely and emotionally. Do not imagine with your mind alone, imagine with your senses. Feel the weight of the success, hear the sound of the good news, sense the atmosphere of the breakthrough, taste the sweetness of the moment. Let the experience become so real inside you that the outer world has no choice but to respond. Feeling creates momentum. Momentum creates manifestation. When you emotionally embrace the end result, you send a message to the universe that says, I already have it. I am already aligned with it. I am already living it. This message collapses timelines, dissolves delays, and opens doors that were once closed. Feeling draws your desire from the invisible into the visible, from potential into reality, from the future into the now. Tonight, as you enter the quiet space before sleep, feeling becomes your greatest tool. Not forced feeling, not fake feeling, but intentional feeling. Feel it softly at first, then deeply, then fully. Let the emotion wash over you. Let it fill your mind, your heartbeat, your breath. Let your subconscious receive the message, this is my new state. This is my new identity. This is my new reality. Feeling is the bridge. And once you cross it, nothing can stop the manifestation that follows. Your dreams are not random images, scattered thoughts, or meaningless stories playing in the background of your sleep. They are the silent architects of your future, the invisible blueprints shaping the experiences you will soon step into. Every dream you allow, every vision you entertain, every inner movie you replay in the quiet of the night becomes an instruction your subconscious mind follows with unwavering loyalty. Long before anything appears in your physical world, it is first constructed in the invisible world of imagination. That is where creation begins. That is where change starts. That is where tomorrow takes form. Your dreams hold power because they bypass the limitations of logic. In the dream state, you are no longer bound by fear, doubt, timelines, or circumstances. You are free to explore, free to imagine, free to create without resistance. And in that freedom, your subconscious mind receives the clearest, purest version of your desire. It sees what you want without the filter of your past. It feels what you desire without the weight of your current situation. In dreams, you step into your future before it happens, and your subconscious takes note, then begins working to make your waking life match what it has already experienced internally. What you repeatedly dream about becomes familiar to your subconscious. And what feels familiar becomes believable. What becomes believable soon becomes normal, and what becomes normal eventually becomes your reality. This is the process of manifestation, turning the unseen into the seen, the imagined into the actual, the felt into the lived. The world around you is shaped by the world within you, and your dreams are the blueprint your subconscious uses as its guide. Every night, as you drift into sleep, you enter the most creative state of your existence. The conscious mind quiets, the inner critic falls silent, the external noise fades, and suddenly the doorway to your subconscious opens wide. This is the moment where your dreams begin building your future. If you go to sleep burdened by fear, your dreams become filled with conflict. If you fall asleep focused on your desires, your dreams become filled with revelation, alignment, and guidance. Your subconscious absorbs whatever emotional energy you carry into sleep, then amplifies it into dreams, then projects those dreams into the physical world as experiences. This is why intentional dreaming is a powerful tool. When you guide your mind into the direction of what you want, through imagination, through emotion, through visualization, you are handing your subconscious the blueprints it needs to begin constructing your next chapter. You are telling it, this is where we are going, this is who I am becoming, this is what I expect to experience. And your subconscious responds by rearranging your beliefs, your habits, your opportunities, and even your encounters to match the blueprint you have given it. If you want a better life, you must create better dreams. If you want success, you must dream of success, not wish for it, not hope for it, but dream it vividly, consistently, emotionally. You must allow yourself to see it, feel it, walk through it as if it is already happening. Dreams are rehearsals. They are previews of the life you are manifesting. You cannot experience a reality you have not first allowed yourself to imagine. You cannot step into a future you have refused to see. Your dreams are the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. They pull you forward, they shape your expectations, they shift your identity. Even when you are asleep, your dreams are working on your behalf, fine-tuning details, aligning circumstances, dissolving inner blocks, and revealing hidden solutions. There are answers that come in dreams that never appear in waking hours. There are ideas that arise in sleep that change your entire direction. There are insights, warnings, confirmations, and inspirations that only come through dreams, because only in dreams is your mind quiet enough to listen. Consider the times in your life when you dreamed of something so intensely that you could feel it, taste it, experience it vividly inside your inner world, and then, days, weeks, or months later, you noticed that the outer world began reflecting those dreams back to you. You met the right person, you found the right opportunity, a door opened that you were not expecting, a situation shifted in your favor. These were not coincidences. These were the results of dreams becoming blueprints. Blueprints your subconscious followed faithfully until your waking life aligned with the inner picture. The truth is, you are dreaming even when you are awake. Every day, you imagine things, replay scenes, predict outcomes, anticipate experiences. These waking dreams guide your emotions, and your emotions guide your actions. Your actions then guide your reality. Night dreaming simply amplifies the process because the subconscious receives the message without interruption, no fear to block it, no doubt to interfere, no logic to argue. Dreams deliver the purest form of manifestation because they emerge from your deepest desires, not your temporary circumstances. You must learn to honor your dreams, both the ones you consciously imagine and the ones that appear in your sleep. They are not illusions, they are not fantasies, they are messages, they are directions, they are previews of the future your inner world is constructing. Even the dreams that seem strange carry symbolism, emotion, and energy connected to what you are manifesting or what you must release. Your dreams are not random, they are reflections of your internal landscape. To manifest what you desire, you must dream deliberately. Before sleep, set the intention for what you want to experience in your dreams. Visualize the life you desire. Feel the emotions associated with it. Let your subconscious absorb your request, and as you sleep, your dreams will begin refining the blueprint, strengthening the emotional connection, and delivering insights that bring your desire closer to reality. When you wake up, carry the energy of your dreams with you. Let them guide your decisions. Let them shape your mindset. Let them become reminders that your future is already taking form in the invisible realm. Dreams are the evidence that the universe is listening. They are the signs that creation is underway, and the more you align your waking thoughts with your dreaming state, the faster your manifestations appear. Your dreams are the blueprint of tomorrow's reality. What you allow yourself to dream tonight becomes the life you step into tomorrow. There comes a moment in every journey where effort must give way to surrender, where striving must give way to trust, and where resistance must be released so the universe can take over. Manifestation is not about forcing your desires into existence. It is about aligning with them. And alignment cannot happen when your mind is tense, your heart is worried, and your spirit is trying to control every detail. When you hold on too tightly, you create energetic walls. When you overthink, you block the flow. When you obsess over timing, you delay what is already on its way. But when you release resistance, when you finally exhale, let go, and trust, you open the channel that allows your desires to reach you effortlessly. Resistance is not always loud. Sometimes it is quiet. It hides in your doubts, in your fears, in your impatience, in your constant need to check if things are working. Every time you ask, "Why isn't it here yet?" you reinforce the belief that it is not here. Every time you worry about how it will come, you disconnect from the outcome. Every time you doubt your worthiness, you push the manifestation further away. Resistance is subtle, but it is powerful, because it sends a message to the universe that you do not fully trust the process. Letting go is not giving up. It is not abandoning your desire. It is not losing passion. Letting go simply means you stop interfering with the natural unfolding of your manifestation. It means you stop trying to control when, where, and how your blessing arrives. It means you stop approaching your desire with fear and start approaching it with confidence. You give the universe space to work, to rearrange, to align, to deliver in ways far better than your mind can imagine. When you release resistance, you step into ease. You allow life to surprise you. You make room for miracles. You tap into a deeper wisdom, a wisdom that knows the perfect timing, the perfect path, the perfect people, and the perfect circumstances. You begin to understand that your only job is to desire, believe, and feel. The universe handles the rest. Manifestation is a partnership. Your role is inner alignment. The universe handles the outer orchestration. The reason surrender feels so difficult is because the mind wants certainty, it wants to predict, it wants to control, it wants to see evidence before it believes, but manifestation works the opposite way. You must believe before you see, you must trust before the evidence appears, you must act from faith, not fear, and to act from faith, you must release the tension that holds your manifestation hostage. Imagine holding a kite string tightly, pulling it down again and again. The kite cannot rise, but the moment you loosen your grip just enough, it catches the wind and soars higher than you expected. This is how your desires work. They cannot rise when you pull them down with doubt. They cannot fly when you anchor them with fear. But once you let go, even slightly, they lift into the current of universal intelligence, where everything begins aligning for you. Resistance also shows up when you keep checking for results. Every time you look around and say, nothing is happening, you create a vibration of lack. You send a signal that says, I don't have it. And what you affirm emotionally becomes your reality. But when you release the need to monitor the progress, you send a different message. I trust it is already done. That vibration draws your desire closer. Trust accelerates manifestation. Doubt slows it down. You do not need to know how your blessing is coming. You do not need to know how the universe will orchestrate it. You only need to know that it will. When you let go, you shift from desperation to expectation. You shift from anxiety to peace. You shift from forcing to allowing, and allowing is the highest form of receiving. Resistance dissolves the moment you choose to stop fighting with your own thoughts. When you feel doubt, do not cling to it. When you feel fear, do not feed it. When you feel impatience, do not follow it. Simply acknowledge the resistance, breathe, and let it go. It is the act of returning to calm again and again that strengthens your trust. You are not required to be perfect. You are only required to be willing. Letting go also means detaching from the outcome. Detachment does not mean you no longer care. It means you are no longer desperate. It means your happiness is not held hostage by the timing of your manifestation. It means you are aligned with the truth that what is meant for you cannot be prevented, delayed, or taken. You trust that if you desire something deeply, it is already aligned with your path. You trust that the universe is your ally, not your obstacle. You trust that everything is happening for you, not against you. When you release resistance, you shift into a state of magnetic energy. This is the state where opportunities appear without effort, where people show up at the perfect moment, where answers reveal themselves, where situations turn in your favor, where ideas flow effortlessly. This is the state of allowing, and allowing is where manifestation thrives. Accept that you cannot control every detail, and you are not meant to. You are not meant to carry the weight of the entire process. You are meant to co-create, not dominate the creation. When you let go, you invite the universe to do what you cannot do alone. You open doors you could never have opened by force. You shift from limited perception to infinite possibility. Think about the moments in your life when something wonderful happened unexpectedly. An opportunity arrived, a person appeared, a problem resolved itself. You did not force those moments. They came through alignment, timing, and divine orchestration. Every manifestation works the same way. When you stop trying to push the river, it flows. When you stop trying to control every step, life moves with grace. Letting go is choosing peace over panic. It is choosing trust over tension. It is choosing alignment over anxiety. It is choosing to believe that the universe knows the perfect path, even when you cannot see it yet. Releasing resistance is not a one-time act. It is a continuous dance between desire and trust. You desire, you believe, you feel, and then you surrender, and in that surrender, the universe works faster than your fear ever could. Your manifestation is not delayed, it is simply waiting for you to let go, to loosen your grip, to breathe, to open your heart, to trust that what you want is already yours. When you step out of the universe's way, the universe steps in. And when it does, it delivers in ways more breathtaking than you could ever imagine. The moment you close your eyes and drift into sleep, a deeper, far more powerful part of you awakens. While your conscious mind rests, your subconscious begins shaping the reality you will live in tomorrow. This is the sacred period where manifestation accelerates, where your inner world becomes more influential than your outer world, and where the seeds planted in your imagination begin to take form in your physical experience. You may think that nothing is happening while you sleep, but the truth is that everything is happening. The unseen realm becomes active, receptive, and responsive. Your subconscious does not sleep, it builds, it organizes, it aligns, and it prepares the experiences you will encounter. The subconscious mind is the gateway to manifestation because it accepts without argument. It does not question, it does not resist, it does not analyze. It simply receives whatever emotional impressions you give it, and it brings them to life. Every thought you feed it before sleep becomes instruction. Every feeling becomes command. Every vision becomes blueprint. This is why nighttime is so powerful, because the conscious mind, with all its doubts, fears, and logic, finally steps aside. The gatekeeper rests, and the creator awakens. When you lie in bed at night and imagine your desires as fulfilled, you are not fantasizing. You are instructing. You are giving your subconscious the material it needs to shape your reality. It does not know the difference between imagination and actual experience. What you feel vividly, it accepts as truth, and what it accepts as truth, it manifests as form. If you go to sleep feeling abundant, your subconscious begins arranging your world to reflect abundance. If you go to sleep feeling loved, your subconscious begins drawing love toward you. If you go to sleep feeling powerful, your subconscious begins activating your inner strength. This is why your mood before sleep matters more than anything else you do in the day. Your final thoughts become the strongest seeds. Your final feelings become the strongest vibrations. What you allow into your mind moments before sleep becomes the dominant force shaping your tomorrows. The night is not a pause in your manifestation journey. It is the engine behind it. The subconscious operates in silence. Manifestation happens in the unseen. Just because you cannot see movement does not mean it is not happening. Consider a seed planted in the soil. You cannot see its growth, but under the surface it is alive, expanding, reaching, preparing to break through. Your manifestations work the same way. They grow in darkness. They form in silence. They emerge when the time is right, not when you demand it. Your job is not to dig up the seed every morning to check its progress. Your job is to trust that the process is unfolding exactly as it should. The unseen world is far more powerful than the seen world. Everything you experience in your physical reality began first as a thought, a feeling, an inner image. The dream precedes the manifestation. The feeling precedes the event. The belief precedes the evidence. When you are asleep, you are closest to the source of creation because you are free from the limitations of your conscious mind. You have no doubts, no fears, no resistance. Only pure imagination, pure emotion, pure connection to infinite intelligence. This is why many people get sudden answers, breakthroughs, and inspirations the moment they wake up. It is not accidental. It is the result of the subconscious working throughout the night, solving problems, aligning paths, clearing blockages, and delivering clarity. While you sleep, your subconscious sorts through your desires and begins arranging them into form. It finds the fastest, most effortless route for them to arrive. You do not see the invisible threads being woven, but they are there. You do not hear the quiet shifts happening around you, but they are happening. You do not feel the universe rearranging circumstances in your favor, but it is doing so with precision. If you want to accelerate manifestation, the key is to consciously direct your subconscious before sleep. Close your eyes and imagine the end result. Feel the emotions of the fulfilled desire. See yourself living it. Experience it as real. The more vivid the feeling, the faster your subconscious accepts the vision. And once it accepts it, it begins to bring it into your world. Your job is to create the emotional experience. The universe's job is to create the physical experience. Even if your current reality contradicts your desires, the subconscious does not care. It does not take instructions from the outside, it takes instructions from the inside. If you imagine wealth while your bank account is low, the subconscious works with the image of wealth. If you imagine love while feeling lonely, it works with the feeling of love. If you imagine success while facing challenges, it works with the picture of success. It is loyal to the vision you give it, not the circumstances you see. This is why the night is the most powerful time for creation. You are not distracted by the physical world. You are not influenced by external noise. You are not reacting to life. You are directing it. You are shaping it. You are creating it from the inside out. As you fall into sleep, you enter the perfect state for manifestation. A state where the body sleeps but the mind creates, where the conscious mind rests but the subconscious builds. Trust the process happening in the unseen. Just because your eyes cannot see the manifestation yet does not mean your energy is not drawing it closer. Just because you cannot track progress with your senses does not mean progress is not happening. Everything you desire is being formed in the invisible realm first. Your dream life is already on its way. Your blessings are already in motion. The universe is already moving pieces in your favor. When you wake up in the morning, understand that the night has done its work. The subconscious has been busy. Align your mood with the version of you that is receiving the blessing. Expect good news, expect opportunities, expect alignment, expect the breakthrough. When you live in expectancy, you speed up the manifestation. Your subconscious works while you sleep, and manifestation happens in the unseen. Trust the night, trust the silence, trust the process. Your desires are being created long before they become visible, and every time you sleep with intention, you wake up one step closer to the life you dream of.